Welcome everyone to Myrtle Beach. We are ready to go racing here in South Carolina, getting ready to go for 100 laps in the super late model from Myrtle Beach. Here for the NASRA, guys. Make sure you check them out, racenasrs.com. Links in the description below. You can check out all the point standings and stuff like that there as well. Pretty much where I get my stats and stuff from as well, so it helps a lot. Coming into tonight, Tim Bills, who's currently on top of the leaderboard at the moment. Coming in here, 5 races so far, 4 top 5s, 4 top 10s. So far, 9 bonus points on the season, 1 win. Currently up by 22 points over Scott Austin and 28 points over Jonathan Smith. Ryan Lanes picked up 4 spots after last week, and Russell Charninsky currently up to 5th. And Douglas Thompson right there as well. So yeah, looking like the field's pretty stacked for tonight. From what I'm seeing so far, we got about 30 drivers in here tonight, which is pretty impressive. Here's a look real fast at your weather. It is 66 degree air temp, 66 degree track temp, 8.37 mile an hour winds out of the south. So a little bit of information about the track as well. A little over half a mile. To be honest, it don't even feel like that. Lap times go here really fast, 18 seconds. Going to be one problem is the tires. I don't expect the tires to give out too early on because I do expect a few yellows. Anytime we have these short races like this, I expect yellows to happen at the beginning, especially when there is a ton of drivers in the race, and there is a ton of drivers in the race. So I wouldn't expect anything tonight to be any different. But I've been proved wrong plenty of other times before, so we'll see how it all works out. And also, real fast, want to give a shout out to all the sponsors that sponsor this league. You already know who they are for the most part. I posted it. Where did I see that at? I posted it on the startup page and all that stuff. But make sure you all check them out, please, and I will get the names of all the sponsors here in just one moment. It might take me a minute to get it, but yeah, make sure you check them all out. And I can tell you right now, Austin Design's one of them. And there's a bunch of other ones as well. And I will get them up here for you in just a moment. In the meantime, we've got about 1 minute and 57 seconds left in the practice session before these guys get ready to qualify. Coming into tonight, like I said, Tim Bills currently your points leader. I don't really know what to expect from this race, though. Last time I actually did this race, a race here at Myrtle Beach, it was an okay race. I mean, it wasn't with these guys, so you never know how it's going to go with these guys here, because there's some really good drivers in here. Guys like Logan Runyon's in here, Joshua Hart. Well, I'm expecting to have a pretty big run tonight. And real fast, here's a look at your sponsors for tonight's race. Midwest Power Source, Austin Design, Adam Johnson Racing, Big C's Paint Shop, Pruitt Team. Make sure you check them out, PruittTeam.com. The Racing Network, Trackside Racing Network, and all your other lint machinery on there as well. So yeah, we've got about 50 seconds left here in practice before we get ready to go. Track not taking rubber as much as what I expect these guys. I have only been practicing for 30 minutes or so, but track not taking a lot of rubber for as many cars as we got on the track. So we'll see how it plays out over the longer run already. I mean, some of these guys have done so many laps, it's absolutely ridiculous. So we'll see. So the practice comes to an end here in 20 seconds. Right now, your top 5 here in practice. I will pop them up on screen. There's your top 5 at the moment. Tim Bills, Dr. Curtis. Not a surprise to see the 53 up there. The 67, Colin Allman, Donald Clark, always practices well. Somehow gets caught up in something later on in the race. We'll see if Donald has a better run tonight. I'm hoping so. I'm a big fan of watching Donald race. I'm hoping he has a good run. And of course, up in 5th place, Joshua Hart. Joshua told me he has a really good car, so we'll see if he's able to bring it home inside the top 5 and maybe even victory. You just never know. Practice coming to an end. Qualifying is set to begin, and we are ready to go. 10 minutes of qualifying. And we will hop over to Dante Curtis. I believe these guys get 3 laps for qualifying. You know what? Joshua Hart's out on track. He's running the TRN paint scheme for us tonight. Thank him again for going out. All the other sponsors on there as well. Let's hop on board and ride with Joshua. You know what? Let's go into visor cam. Down into turn number 1, you see he's not really right on that little, I don't want to call it a white line, but it's not a rumble strip because there is like little speed bumps down in turn 1. And of course you get fairly close to the wall here in turn 3 and 4. And first place right now is Joshua Hart, I do believe, with a 17.802. So a good lap for him. Christian Joyce currently on track as well in the number 36. You see him there. High Point and Body. I'm sorry, High Point Body and Paint. Coming out of turn number 4, Christian Joyce first lap will go to a 17.951. Logan Runyon on top of the board right now, which is very impressive. Your top 3 at the moment: Logan Runyon, Dante Curtis, Russell Brown Jr., Joshua Hart just got knocked back from Philip Martin. Philip Martin lately has been on a tear. I know if you guys watch some of the sim racing short track races that we do on Wednesday nights, some of these guys actually racing there, quite a few of them. So we're not really surprised to see some of these guys up there. Here's the 14. It's a really nice Caterpillar car. Who else is out on track at the moment? Brad Carpenter got in the wall. Donald Clark crossing the line, and he jumps up inside. I don't think he actually got to the kind of lap he wanted. Actually, you know what? I don't think he's actually putting out a lap yet. So we'll see. That was his out lap. Oh, gets into the wall, so he needs to stop real fast to reset. Jimmy Babs across the start-finish line to start his green flag lap in the number 00 car. John Driscoll, Levi Poland, Michael Goddard out on track as well. John Driscoll with a lot of damage on the front of his car. We'll see if his lap counts. It should, but it will not. So we'll see how he qualifies here in just a moment. Levi Poland in the number 91. Coming out of turn 2. This is actually his first green flag lap. Across the start finish line. Levi will qualify in the 21st position, looking for a little bit more than that. Donald Clark did get his lap down, jumps him up to the 11th position. Not bad for a car that had a reset. Gene Bunch jumps up to 23rd. Donald Clark will not. Oh, he did improve his lap. Wow. Jumps up to 8th on the board. Who else? John Driscoll back in 29th. I think that's just about all of qualifying. We'll wait and see, but we'll set it up. So what we're going to do is take a quick break. We'll be right back. Qualifying looks to be done for the most part. A couple guys not going to advance, but it looks like 29 drivers have put down a lap. But Tim Bill is going to be currently your pole sitter. We'll be right back right after a quick break. Welcome back. We're getting ready to go green flag here in just a moment. We got about 3 minutes or so left before we take the green flag. There's a couple cars out there just running some laps. Dante Curtis right now on track. So I was seeing her averaging or normal cautions of what we had in the past. The last race I ran, we averaged the last about 4 races that I broadcast, 3 races I broadcasted here. A total of about, if I was to estimate, about 6 cautions, give or take a little bit. With this many cars, like I said, it's going to be tough to go green for a ton of time, but you just really never know on what's going to happen. So we'll see. Anything can happen in these races, and I've been plenty proved wrong lots of times, but like I mentioned, I do expect a little bit of cautions here early on in this race just because of how many drivers there are. You just really never know. You can't predict cautions, let's put it that way. Wish I could, but unfortunately I can't. Got about 2 minutes left in practice. If I'm going to actually go out and pick a winner, it's hard to pick against 10 Bills, and I kind of want to pick Joshua Hart. But honestly, I think I'm going to go with somebody a little bit different. I'm going to go with Dante Curtis, I think, to pick the win here tonight, pick up the win here tonight. We'll find out if he's able to do that or not. And we'll see. There's a lot of other good guys right now. Let me actually go ahead and set the grid for you at the moment and show you who's on the pole for tonight. 10 Bills, Logan Runyon first and second. Row number 2, we got Colin Allman, and Dante Curtis. Russell Tarninski and Philip Mark. Keep your eye on that 46. He's been really improving over the last couple weeks. Joshua Hart in the number 71 Super A model, alongside Russell Brown, another guy slowly starting to pick it up. Donald Clark, we'll see if him and Jason Day can stay out of trouble as they start in row number 5, which is almost the middle of this field. And from here back, you just never know what could happen. A.J. Rogers, we know him and Brian Hacker both extremely fast. Adam Jocelyn, we've seen him up front plenty of times. And then German Motorsports driver Jonathan Smith in the 23. Jerry Glenn in the 502. Bob Laurent in the 14 car. Scott Austin. Ryan Lange in the 31. Both of them always fast as well. There's so many fast guys that can win this race. It's honestly hard to pick which one's going to win. There's Brad Carpenter, Douglas Thompson in the row number 11. Levi Paul and Gene Bunch. Tyler Hayes and Chris Stewart. I'm not familiar too much with these guys, so we don't really know what to expect. Looking at their I ratings, they should be fairly competitive, but you just never know. Christopher Moody, DJ Waltmeyer. In row number 15, we've got John Driscoll. Keep your eye on him. He will be starting in the 29th spot. Chuck Smith not going to be starting. He is the in-race admin. Our in-race admins tonight, Chuck Smith, Troy Lent, and I think Michael Godred. I do believe. I will have to find out for sure, but I'm fairly sure that's who it is. So it is Chuck Smith and Troy Lent. All right, so gridding has started taking place. As I mentioned, 10 Bills up on the front row. Alright, here we go. Waiting on everybody to finish grading and we'll get this race set up to go. There's Tim. If I can find him, we'll pull him in here and talk to him real fast out of the... I can find him. I don't think he's actually there. He is. Willen and Dylan. Hey, 10 Bills, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, congratulations on the pole. I know that's a big advantage here in this race with so many cars. What's going to be the strategy to keep that car out front tonight?
Well, actually, I go to the back now. I get for finishing top 3 last week.
That is right.
Yeah, we're just going to try and stay out of any incidents that happen in front of me and work my way up as I can.
Is there a certain thing that you're worried about besides the traffic, knowing you've got to come from the back? Is tires going to be an issue here at all? I mean, this is only a 100-lap race. The track temp don't seem too bad, but can tires become an issue?
Yeah, definitely. They can. You know, this track here, you can get the tires too hot pretty easy, and then you'll lose all the grip in the car. You'll be sliding all over the place. Then once you do it, it takes so long to cool them back down.
Well, you're always fast, so I'm sure you'll figure your way out up through the field here in just a few moments, and you're the points leader for a reason, man. So go out there and see if you and your teammates can put it in victory lane here tonight.
All right, yeah, well, thank you.
Thanks, buddy. So he will be dropping to the back, so I do apologize to you guys. I forgot top 3 from last week moved to the back, so shapes up the field just a wee bit little difference. Good to see the Adam Johnson. Grid a couple guys may have not gridded, which is a very interesting strategy, because even if we go one lap here, we could have a lot of other drivers fall back. So we'll see. So what that's going to do is put the 67, Colin Allman, on the front row, and I don't know if I've actually had the privilege of calling Colin's race. You also see Logan Runyon drop back, and you see who's moved up to second now, the 46. Which, let's be honest, I sit there and mentioned from Sim Racing Short Trackers, I broadcast Philip Martin stuff. Him in general, he has literally been one of the biggest improvements in my eyes this season. So, here we go. Pace car pulls off. The green flag is out, and we are underway here for the Myrtle Beach 100 from South Carolina. And up front, we'll see how long we can go before the yellows start waving. Battle going to be for third place right now. As the 19. Oh, I lied. 51 of Jason Day's picked up a ton of spots, and the yellows start stacking up behind them. And they're still stacking up pretty good. Not sure who all was involved in this one, guys. It's going to be hard for me to actually keep up with so many cars to see who was involved. Let's go back a little bit further. There you go. That was a 19 involved. Russell Charninsky was involved in this one. Who else? Oh, Joshua Hart. What a squeeze by Joshua Hart. Had to really get down there. When we ride on board with him, we'll take a look at what happened. Oh, gave it a little bump to the 19. Shoots him up the track. And unfortunately, that's what happens on short tracks. So 71 going to get the black flag and get dropped to the back for causing the yellow, but I'm sure he's fast enough. So we'll see what happens. Like I mentioned, guys, that's short track racing at its best. I hate to have cautions in races. I hate cautions with a passion. To be honest, I know it makes it not as exciting for you guys, but it may make it exciting for you because I don't know. Some people like the wrecks. I don't know. Me personally, I'd rather see them go green just because, honestly, I love how fast things happen, and I like watching guys from the back work their way up. Spoke to Tim Beals a few moments ago. We talked to him. He was our original pole sitter. Had to drop back to the back. He is now up to the 20th position on the board, so we'll see how that works out right now. So far, here's a look at your top 5. As you see them where they are running, it is Colin Allman, Philip Martin, Russell Brown Jr., Jason Day, Brian Hackett. I'm very surprised, honestly, not to throw Brian and Jason out the door, but I'm very surprised them guys already up there. Start 10. Now remember they got a few free spots because some of our guys had to drop back, but hey, take it any way you can get it, guys. I'm all for it. So you can see the cars working through turns 1 and 2. Donald Clark appears to be on pit road. I'm not sure if he's actually went a lap down. Remember, you are not allowed to take tires. He actually is 2 laps down at the moment, so something bad must have happened to his car. Unfortunately, Donald Clark's luck not continuing this season right now. Well, his luck, I guess, if he didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all. Very, very good driver. Most of the wrecks he gets caught up in not even has anything to do with. And unfortunately, it took him out once again tonight. So the pace lights are off on the pace car. We'll see what happens here as the pace car gets ready to drop in. We'll get this green back going. Ryan Lane's starting to work his way up as well. I've seen him in the middle of this pack, up to 11th now. Pace car pulls in as we get ready to go green. A little close here up on that start. We'll see. As the number 67 Colin Almond will get us back going racing as he gets another good restart there. We'll see how this works out. Keep your eyes open because things can change in a hurry here as we ride high above inside the pace or inside the blimp. Looking down at AJ Rogers in the 17. Ryan Lane at 31. Almost making contact behind them with the 36 of Christian Joyce. He does a good job of checking up and avoiding that. Right now, that outside line not really going to Russell Tardinsky. We just seen him spin just a few moments ago. Gets almost another bump from the 17. We're looking at 3 wide. This is going to go bad in a hurry, I believe. This never works out on short tracks. We'll see if these guys can make it work, and they kind of do. I see smoke, and I see somebody getting loose. That is the 52 that you see getting really loose. I'm not sure who that was. It was the 53, maybe? No, that's not 50. It was a 502. I'm sorry, Jerry Glenn. I was looking for 5, and I seen 2. I didn't see the 00 or the 0. So we're starting to get a little spaced out here. This is very interesting. As you see, Douglas Thompson making a pass on AJ Rogers. We'll go back a little bit. Bob Laurent right now up on the high side into 14. Logan Runyon starting to work his way up right now, running behind the 19 car. Logan always fast in anything he drives. Seen him up front and win plenty of races time and time again, so not a surprise to see him trying to work his way up here as one of our fastest drivers in the series. As he almost got a little contact there with the 19. We're right on board with Logan. As he is underneath the 19. We're going to guess that he's going to be able to take this spot away for now. As almost contact behind him. That was between Dante Curtis and Russell. Now Dante is actually teammates with the 06 and the 06 that time. Logan almost getting to the side of Jerry Glenn. We stay green for the time being. Let's go back here a little bit as Logan tries to pass that 502, not making it easy. And he does make the pass that time around. Go back a little bit further as a big group of guys. This is the 510 of Gene Bunch, Levi Poland, Scott Austin, Dante Curtis involved in this one, then the 37 of Tim Bills right behind them. As we're already putting laps on the board, we're 16 laps in now. Once again, the weather not going to be an issue here tonight. It is 66 degrees. The tires won't fall off as quick as they would in the day because there's not a ton of heat in the track. Well, there probably is now since this many cars are running on it, but tires will not fall off as fast. A lot more grip on track tonight than what we'd have in the day race. Here comes Tim Bills, 3 wide through turn 1. That gets sort of back down to 2 wide as Levi Poland able to clear in contact between the 510, 37 in the wall, 71 in the wall. Joshua Hart. Big wreck for our pole sitter. Well, our points leader unfortunately blew up, and I think that may actually end his night. And I don't know what happened. Unfortunately for Joshua Hart being there as well. Contact. Let's get another look at this. I want to see, did the 510 come down or did Tim Bills just come up? Oh, the 510 came down. Made contact, and Tim nowhere to go, comes back up in front of the field. The 03 also, Brad Carpenter involved. Luckily for him, damage not too bad. Looked like, honestly, the worst one out of this was Tim Bills, who damaged very severe on that car. You can see smoking already. Trying to get back to pit road and get that damage fixed, and honestly, probably not too happy. He is your current points leader, and you see him right there as Adam Jocelyn has to check up pretty hard to avoid that back end. Tim showed a little bit of displeasure there. So you see it right there. Jocelyn does a good job of just spinning it to the inside, not collecting nothing. Oh, you got a kind of a feel for Tim. I can understand his frustration in a way. We've all been there at iRace. I'm sure everybody knows. Out front is that Mockwood Ford. See if we can get a good view of that. Here comes Adam Jocelyn. He's your lucky dog. Mockwood Race Designs on the side of that car. I like giving some local businesses some looks. Paints by JP. 51 Peterbilt. Our insurance options. Big sponsor inside the Super Late Model Series. Midwest Power Source as well on the side of that car. Jonathan Smith, ProAtTeam.com. Very big, awesome thank you to them. We know that it's not always easy sponsoring series, but definitely helps. Clear view on the front as I think we're about to go back green. I think we're about to double them up this time. One cool thing about short tracks is the cautions do not last long. So far, we're a quarter way through this race. Well, almost a quarter. 2 cautions so far for 8 total caution laps. As we will double them back up this time. Get ready to go back green. Make that 9 caution laps. So, I think some of these guys, and I'm not throwing nobody under the bus when I say this, I think some of these guys really need to pay attention to these restarts, because if they get up there, 67 goes a little bit different than most guys. You can kind of see it, and you'll very see it right here. See, works through turn 3 and 4. He got a little bit before the green, I do believe. Out of turn 4, yes, he did go a little bit before that white line. And that's the same kind of jumps he's been getting. So you got to start taking advantage of that if you're the 46. And I think he's starting to realize it because he didn't get as big of an advantage. To that time, that's what he's been. So Philip Martin may have noticed it there a little bit. Brian Hacker underneath the 503, Russell Brown Jr. for 4th place. Not going to happen as Brown slides up in front of Brian. Brian also trying to hold back Jonathan Smith in that 23 car. Going down into turn 1, you see all the cars still left on track. At the moment, we still have 21 guys right now to lead the lap. If a caution was to happen, Jerry Glenn in the 502 would be your lucky dog. Now, orange and black cars, so we'll see if that happens. And unfortunately, Tim Bills still on pit road, and your points leader not having the night he wanted to here at Myrtle Beach. A little bit of information for you guys. Next week, these guys are off due to the Super Bowl. Go Eagles. But they do come back the following week and take on the Milwaukee Mile on February 11th in New Smyrna. How do you say that? New Smyrna? Yeah. Raceway on February 11th or February 18th. And then we wrap up the season with the Racing Network 100 at Martinsville. Milwaukee Mile sponsor NASRA members 100. Looking at Jason Day right now in the 51, running in 3rd. Right behind him, Russell Hacker, Russell Brown Jr. and Brian Hacker trying to run for position. As we continue to stay green, Philip Martin is closing in on the back bumper of this 67 car. Philip trying to put that number 46 in victory lane for the first time this season. Jumping back a little bit. through the field as we got a caution out on track, and I'm trying to find out who. Did the 510 get in trouble? I believe so. It's slow. Oh, him and a 5 car got together. Let's see what happened coming out of turn 4. The 510. Woo, goes around. Oh, this is the second caution that Gene Bunch has been in. I don't know if he caused it or not. That one, it looks like the 5 may have came up, and Scott Austin may have slid up a little bit and tagged the back bumper. You can kind of see it here. Watch the white line. That's kind of your marker. See that Scott comes above that white line and makes contact on exit. That's just short track. Definitely not intentional on that one. So caution comes out. We'll take a quick break, and we will be right back right after this.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
Welcome back to Myrtle Beach, as we are 36 laps into this race. There's something I was actually going to show you guys, or give you guys, if I can find it. Well, apparently I can't find it, so just give me a few minutes and I'll bring that up, and we'll be good to go. Anyway, pace lights are off. We're about to go back green here in just a moment. Seen that on Twitter, one of the president or CEO or whatever he is of iRacing said that the new LMP cars should possibly be out in March. That's going to be interesting. We'll have to wait and see if that's true or not, because you know how some things get pushed back and all that good stuff. It's right on board with Brian Hacker for this restart. As the pace car does pull in, the green flag is out. We're back green racing here once again in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Whoa, he got a lot full of mirror right now. That 36 right on his bumper. You can see it there. And that's also the 6 right behind him. The 06 of Logan Rudyard right behind him in that Ford Fusion. Up front, Jonathan Smith may have got some of the wall. I see some sparks flying. He goes a little wide. Levin checks up just a little bit. You got to be careful. Brian right now doing a really good job trying to stay in that 5th spot. We're trying to take that 5th spot. And Jonathan Smith almost is able to clear him on exit 2. Not going to be able to do it just yet. Here comes that 36, and we got one in the wall. 31, Ryan Lane's hard into the outside wall as the caution flag will come back out here once again. And that was a very hard hit. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to be surprised if I tune over here. That car's smoking. I gotta find him. And wow, it's not. Oh, it just did. Look at what happened. 13 and a 17 was right there. It looks like they both kind of came up and down into the wall. And then once he started rolling, it got even worse, and you'll see why. Everything's fine for now. And then Going into turn number 1, this happens. There you go. Had blown up, unfortunately for Ryan. He is now on pit road with smoke pouring out of the front of that, so he's not, unfortunately, going to come to an end, it looks like. Want to mention, if anybody out there is looking to join iRacing, now is a very good time to do it. If you use code, there's all kinds of codes actually, but I'll give you 2 easy ones. If you use 3 months for $5, PR-GRC, all caps PR-GRC. It's $5 for 3 months. Or you can use PR-V8S-COPS 2017. They are still good, by the way. That last one is as well. PR-GRC, probably a lot easier just to remember that one. So yeah, it's promo code PR-GRC, all caps, 3 months for $5. I'm gonna be honest, you're not gonna get it no cheaper than that. That's about as cheap as you can. I wish they'd give current members that deal because that's awesome. I know I used it when I first joined one of them 2 years ago. So yeah, helps everybody out, save you a little bit of money. It's better than paying $30. You can just use that, and I think you actually get something free with it too if you use one of them. I'm not sure, but. So Logan Runyon was your winner last week, and to let everybody know, Tim Bills was your winner before. Todd Guerin, Cody McCrawley, and Todd Guerin once again back at USA. Todd Guerin not with us anymore because of work and stuff like that, so he is not running. He hasn't run since January the 7th is the last time I seen him. A very good super late model driver. Hope everything's well with him. And yeah, that's where your winners so far this season. Course off next week, and let everybody know our broadcast schedule this coming week. We go to Red Light Racing Series tomorrow night, Monday night, for Daytona, 65 laps there. Then we're off Tuesday. Wednesday night we go to Sim Racing Short Trackers, and I'm like 95% sure it's their season finale. I'd have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure it is. Actually, I know it is. So the season finale on Wednesday. And then we do not broadcast on Thursday, Friday. We do broadcast Saturday night. And I think that is all we have next week. So, not bad at all. Pace car pulls in. As the green flag, see if the 46 does it. Oh, he may have got caught sleeping a little bit that one because the 46 or 67 did it a little bit different that time. Even if it's just like, if you get your gas on the foot pedal all the way down a little bit quicker, as long as you don't get wheel spin, you're going to be able to clear that second place car, it seems. Good group of cars here with the 23, the 503, Russell Brown Jr., Jonathan Smith in the 23, Brian Hacker, Christian Joyce up in this match. Logan Runyon worked his way up in the 06 car. And right behind him, Dante Curtis. For guys that don't know, this past Wednesday, it was a Mean Streak Motorsports 1-2-3 finish, and that was Logan Runyon, Dante Curtis, and Philip Martin, who's up in second right. Brian Hacker, alongside the 36 of Christian Joyce. Christian's actually having a really good run so far in that number 36 car. Started back in 19th place up to the 6th spot, maybe 7th, we'll see. Let's go back a little bit. Jimmy Babs alongside the 91, Levi Poland. Right behind them you got the 95 of Tyler Hayes. Back up to this, Dante Curtis trying to clear Brian Hacker as well. Brian actually followed back just a little bit here. Probably more than what he has wanted to. That outside line not really helping. That 91 jumps up to the outside as well. Or is to the outside of Levi Poland. We are 52 laps in, so we're halfway. So let's get a real fast look at our mid-race break so far. 4 cautions for 20 laps, 48 laps to go. 0 lead changes. Although Tim Bill started on the pole, he unfortunately got taken out. He had to go back to the back because of where he finished top 3 last week. As we got another caution, and I'm trying to figure out who. Oh, Adam Jocelyn almost gets into it with Tim Bills. Him and the 95 was running beside each other. Oh, and 83 actually came up. Oh, and actually got some of the 14 there as well. Yep, just came up a little bit, couldn't keep the car to the bottom. Unfortunately, the 14 car was just there, a bobbler and minding his business, and that's what happens. Sometimes the cars just don't stick to the bottom like you anticipate, and the grip just wasn't there for him. Looks like, who's that? That is Donald Clark in the labor room. So he will be your lucky dog. Unfortunately for Mr. Clark and the 28, he is 21 laps down. So right now there is no car 1 lap down, so if a caution was to come out, we'll just have to see who gets the lucky dog like that. But you never know. That's better, you know, maybe I'll make him a spot. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, here we go. Should be doubling back up here in just a moment. I do believe anyway. Pace car lights are off. We are going to go back green this time around. As the green flag is back out in the air. Philip Martin that time. Not bad restart. But the 3rd place car, Jason Day, going to be able to hold on to that one. As well, so a really good start for Jason Day that time. As a little bit behind him, you see that 36 out of the back end, Christian Joyce working alongside Jonathan Smith in the 23. Then you got Logan Rainiers. We got a caution back out once again here in Myrtle Beach, and I do not know who this is. Give me just a minute, guys. Let's see if we can find out who this is on. I believe I have a little bit further behind him. Oh, okay, 510. Once again, involved in a crash, and I think he may have had help this time. He was alongside that 95 up on the high side. Oh, the 95 actually tries to miss the 13. There you go. So, we will double them back up. Let's take another quick commercial break, guys. We'll be right back to get ready to wrap this thing up. It's been a good race so far. Be right back. It should be a good finish. Well, once again, I want to thank all you guys that watch me every week and watch the broadcast. You all know who you are. Too many to list, but I do appreciate all the support that we get here. It's really awesome. I do this a lot just for fun, to be honest. So, you know, yeah, thanks everybody again for supporting the channel, especially the guys that keep coming back and supporting these races. I know it means a lot to these guys as well, for continuous, especially if you're a fan of the series and you got a guy or a person or a girl that you pull for that races on here. So, which I don't know if there's actually any women racing in this series. I don't think. Never know though. Alright, here we go. This car's about to pull back in. As we work through turn 2. Pace car pulls in, the green flag comes out, and we are racing once again back here at Myrtle Beach. And that guy in front tonight, Colin Allman, has been out front for, well, a lot of this race. Oh, very good move there by Jonathan Smith. Really close with the 5:03 and the 36 that time by. You also see Logan Runyon up to 7th. He's working on the inside right now of the 36. Christian Joyce. Joyce has been good tonight, though. Very impressed with the driver of the 36. Keep kind of mentioning he's done a really good job. He does fall back to 6th, now under attack for that spot from one of the best, Logan Runyon. So, you know, well, he gets a little loose on exit, 3 wide. And he's actually going to lose a couple spots, maybe quite a few, as the 17 now looks underneath him. He continues to drop back. That is A.J. Rogers. And then a 53, Dante Curtis, right there in front of him as well. Dante just following his teammate up through the field, picking them off one by one. We'll see if he's got enough time to get up there and try to, well, have a chance at winning this thing. We'll find out, though. As AJ and the 36 may have made contact. They doing around the 36, and it's going to get bad. Oh, the 00. Oh, big wreck. Big wreck on the front stretch. Multiple cars involved. And I see a car smoking, and I don't know who that is. Here's your better look. 17 makes contact with the 36. And around they go. Oh, is that Jocelyn that blew up? Oh, yes it was. Adam Jocelyn has blown up, and it looks like somebody else has blown up as well. Another look at it. Oh, man. Let me go back one more time. I'm trying to see who that was. This is Donald Clark from his view. Coming out of turn 4, the red cap is right there. And he basically has to stop almost to miss this. He did miss it pretty nice. That was a good job by him of avoiding that. That could have even ended more damage on that car. We're on lap 71 now of 100, and this has been the guy that everybody's been trying to catch up to. I've led all 70 laps. Look at your top 5. Let's look at the fastest laps, because why not? Fastest laps ticker up on the screen as well. And you can see, maybe once it goes by all these guys, we'll see who has the fastest lap of the race so far. I'm pretty sure I got an idea who. I'm thinking that it is Colin Allman. I could be wrong, but pretty sure that's who it is. We'll find out right here in just a second once it catches up. There we go. So the fastest lap of the race so far does go to, wow, Christian Joyce, the 36. Well, that's surprising, to be honest, to say the least. Congratulations on that. So far, he has the fastest lap. And at the moment, unfortunately for Christian Joyce, back stuck in 11th. Best lap of 18.194. But he will be starting on the inside this time. And that's kind of what hurt him last time. He was stuck on the outside rope. Here we go. Pace car lights are off. The green flag about to come back out here in a moment. Pace car does pull in. The green flag does come out. We're back to racing here once again from Myrtle Beach. Good restart once again by that 67. That has been the key for him tonight. He actually started up in 3rd place, and Logan Runyon, what a save. He gets some of the wall, though. Logan Runyon loses a ton of spots. That's got to be really heartbreaking for him. He's already back in 12th. You want to see that kid really drive now. I don't know what happened. Let's get a replay of the 06. There you go, the 23 and 06 making contact. Logan Runyon scrapes the wall, does a really good job of actually not getting too much damage from that. Just want to say this right now, Logan may not forget. He's got a very good talent, and I'm not saying John Smith done anything wrong by any means, so, you know, we'll see how that plays out. Jason Day trying to work around the 503 of Russell Brown Jr. on the high side. Keep in mind that Dante Curtis is not out of this race as well. He's sitting back in 7th at the moment as we're coming to lap 79. Oh, the 51 is around. Everybody trying to dodge. Caution comes out. What a hell, man. Everybody trying to make it through. He does. Jason Day went for a ride out of Canada. I believe he had help for the 503 of Russell Brown Jr., which is a little weird. The Roughnecks don't really. This is actually 2 teammates. There was actually it was netcode. From what I'm seeing, there was netcode only. You guys see if there's any contact. Yep, that was definitely netcode from what I'm seeing. I don't know if they're going to give Russell Brown the penalty. We'll see. They may give him the black flag. And if he does, it's going to be heartbreaking for him because he definitely did not mean to do it. And netcode is just something that you can't help. Does not appear at the moment they're going to give it to him. So it could be a lucky break for him. Maybe not so lucky for his teammate Jason Day. But, you know, that's the way it happens sometimes. The pace lights off, and it does not look like Russell Brown will get the penalty. So good break for him. Bad break for his teammate who was up there as well. Jason Day falls all the way back 1 lap down now, sitting back in 18th place. Wow. So from 4th or 3rd all the way back to 18th, 1 lap down. Not good. We'll say this though. This restart is going to be huge for Philip Martin. Really going to have to focus here, try to get that run. We'll see. Pace light should be going off this time on the pace car. And the lights are off. He's going green this time. Green flag about to come out. There it. Pace car is in. Green flag is out. We're back to race with 85 laps in the book. 84 laps in the book. We're on lap 85. Things are about to really starting to heat up now. As the battle for third place. Watch that 53 push the bumper on the 23. Remember, that is a teammate to Logan Runyon. 53. Remember, the 23 and Logan had a little bit of contact earlier on. Could be some bad blood there as Dante giving a bumper 3. Why this ain't going to go well. 503 takes the worst in. Logan Runyon involved. This is a big wreck. Woo! Good luck getting in that through that one. Wow. You talk about happening fast. That was one of the fastest wrecks I've seen happen. And as big as it was, there was no way that was going to work. Multiple cars involved. And let's actually start a little bit further back. See right here. There's the bump. He gave him the bumper a couple times. Then look to his inside. Remember, just a few moments ago, it was Logan Runyon and Jonathan Smith from Driven Motorsports making contact. It was 23. It looked like he came up on Logan a little bit, and not saying that was intentional by any means, but the 53 put the bumper to him, but there could be some retaliation there between that one. As you see Logan coming down pit road, he takes a bad shot in it as well. And actually, you know what? I'm sitting there looking. I don't think it was actually him caused that caution. I think it was the car below them that actually caused that. Trying to go back just enough to see. Might take me a minute. There you go. Did the 503 come up? Yes, I think he actually did. Wow. Okay. So that could be what the caution was, or the 503. It could be Russell Brown Jr. may have came up a little bit, and if he did, that right there would be a EOL, I believe, which he's back there now. So coming to lap 90. This may be our final restart. We'll have to wait and see. Pace light's about to go off on the pace car. Make sure y'all check out the links in the description. There's a link for Race NASRS. There's a link to these guys. You can check out all the other stuff. And there's also a link down there for me as well. Make sure you check out these guys' website and stuff. Keep up with all the points and information. You know, all the rules that they have and stuff like that. It's a very well-ran league. Chuck Smith and Troy Limp both do a really great job in admin in this league and running it, do a very fantastic job. Big fan of them guys. So yeah, make sure you show support to them. As pace car pulls in, the green flag is out. Philip Martin got a really good start that time, unable to stay side by side, but a way better restart. We could see Philip here try to get that bumper. He's desperate for a win. Ooh, a little bit of blink there. Sorry, it's on my part, guys. Philip may not have enough power to close in on that 46. Dante Curtis working on the backing. I also see that 14 Bob Loran working his way back up through the field. Bob in the 14 cars. He looks to the inside of Dante. Started back in 16th, and you got A.J. Rogers, Scott Austin moving into the top 5. Trying to move into the top 5 is Austin anyway. This right here for 3rd place. Bob really pushing it into turn number 3 and 4. This may open up the bottom for A.J. Rogers. We'll see if Bob comes down. Contact between the 53 and 17. Bob goes a little wide. 3 wide for 3rd place. Whoa, okay. 53 may have just made some enemies. Not calling him out, but Dante getting a little loose inside the corner and bouncing off 2 cars. Really good job on everybody by saving that one. AJ moves into top 3. It's going to be tough. We got 5 laps to go. The next caution flag will end it. These guys trying to run down our leader right now as they come out of turn number 4 laps to go for Colin Allman, who's been out front the entire race. He's led every single lap tonight. He's going to have 3 to go at the line. Oh, he gets some of the wall. The 67 hits the wall. Not sure what this is going to do. It may cause the 46 to close that gap. We got 2 laps to go. It's pretty much single file behind them. Philip needs to, or Colin needs to calm down just a little bit, and I think he'll be okay. Definitely don't want to push that car too hard and get back into it. That's the last thing you want to do. This time by, he's going to see the white flag and try to win this race. White flag in the air for our leader. Can he do it? He's led every single lap so far. Can he lead the final one? Philip Martin could go back-to-back top 3 finishes. He finished in top 3 Wednesday for Sim Racing Short Trackers. May finish 2nd tonight. Out of turn 4, Colin Allman is going to win at Myrtle Beach with Philip Martin. A.J. Rogers is going to finish 3rd. Congratulations to our race winner tonight. Big win for that number 67 car. And even though he got some of the wall, there's actually no scratches on it. Very good run for the 67. We're going to try to talk to him if I can find him. I hope he's actually in. Oh, there he is. As you see him in Victory Lane, we'll pull him in and talk to him. Once I figure out where I gotta pull him to. Hey, Colin, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, congratulations on a dominant performance. Let's be honest, you was out front a lot of the time. Now, I noticed that you was working the restart zone a little bit, which helped you a lot. What was the main strategy coming in, man? You actually had to start, well, officially 3rd, but of course you moved up into 1st and led every single lap. What was the strategy coming into tonight?
Strategy was hoping to get a lot of green flag runs. Of course, we didn't tonight, but that happens sometimes, and luckily I was...
Yeah, this right here... oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. Able to play with the restarts a little bit and keep them guys on their toes and keep them guessing.
Yeah, there was a few cautions. There wasn't a ton of cautions, but you was able to stay out front. How much was the car falling off with tire-wise? Was it falling off at all because we had the cautions? Because, you're not allowed to take tires at all. 100 laps, no tires. Was the tires falling off at all during the course of this race?
Mine didn't fall off that much at all. Actually, I ran my fastest lap on lap 92, so that's... It wasn't much fall off tonight. I was struggling with the setup in practice, and I was getting frustrated with the race set, and then I made a right rear spring adjustment, and that's what the key was.
So, I don't know how many races you've raced with these guys. Is this your first one?
I've raced a couple
off
and on here
I couldn't remember if you have or not.
How much time I got.
Okay, so you raced a couple with these guys, and you come in here and you dominate the race like this, man. It's got to be somewhat sweet, I guess, to come in here. You haven't raced a ton of races, but it's got to be, somewhat uplifting, I guess, for you to come in here and race some guys that you haven't raced with and be able to walk out of here leading every single lap and dominate this race.
Yeah, it's fun. Fun racing with different guys and stuff like that. And it looks like I got to come back next week so I can start from the back.
Well,
I got to race my way up.
I will be honest, if you got any kind of speed like you did this week, these guys might want to think about if they want to show up or not because you're very fast. So congratulations, man, on a huge win. I know that you drove pretty hard. You can see it there at the end. So a big win for you. Is there any shout-outs or anything you want to give?
Best shout-out to teammates Michael Goddard, Cody Brinson, two of my buddies back home, and then my dad's watching, I believe. So shout-out to him. And thanks to you guys for broadcasting, and thanks to Chuck for the good lead.
Man, good job, and you race people really clean, so a lot of respect for you for doing that. I know you didn't see very many people because nobody really challenged you tonight, but still, good job, and congratulations on a big win, man.
10-4, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's talk to Philip Martin, who finishes in second place tonight. I feel like every week we're talking to this guy now. Let me bring him in. Hey, Philip, you got me?
I got you, Adam.
Man, this is becoming a weekly thing with me and you. We're seeing you up front a week in, a week out now. And now, let me ask you a question. It seemed like Colin was getting a little bit of a restart jump, and I seen you try to anticipate that a lot of these restarts. Was you looking at that as well?
I was doing everything I could. I know he was going to be on the restarts, and then, trying to get better at that. With SRST, it's always on green, so something a little different. Just got to get used to it.
Is there anything that you wish that you could have had to fall your way? I know that it looked like you was actually a little bit quicker on certain parts of the race. I mean, especially on the longer parts of the runs. Did you feel that as well? Did you think you had something for him possibly if we would have stayed green?
Yeah, steering wheel holder needed to not drive into the wall twice. We would have had a better shot at it, but definitely on the longer runs, I needed 10, 15, 20 laps, not 5.
I'm going to be honest, man, you're becoming one of my favorite drivers to watch because when you started out the season, now not in here, but in the other league on SRST, you kind of was a mid-pack guy. You really improved, and I mentioned it during the broadcast how much you've improved, and it's very fun to watch you. So it's awesome for that. In my opinion, it's really cool. What's been the secret to success? I mean, you've been slowly working your way up, and as I mentioned to you Wednesday, it's a moment of time. You will get one of these wins.
Just working at it, man. Testing, trying different things. I honestly, I didn't have as much time in the Myrtle Beach race tonight as I did with the SRST stuff, but we were there earlier in the year, so I had a little bit of notes and something to start off. So, but it's been a lot of testing and a lot of trying stuff.
Well, man, keep working hard. I know we're going to see you in victory lane before the end of the season. It's just a matter of time, like I mentioned to you. So congratulations to you, and we'll talk to you Wednesday. Is there any shout-outs you want to give?
I definitely got to thank Duck at NASRA here. It's a lot of chances to keep working on the setup stuff and keep trying to get better. And shout out to Logan. He's helped me out a lot. And shout out to Patrick and all them guys, what they've done with me for Mean Streak Motorsports, and you for coming on board and broadcasting everything. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, I agree. So thank you, and keep working, man. You're going to get it, and we'll talk to you here in a couple days.
Thanks, bud. We'll see you Wednesday.
You too, buddy. Now, if I could just find what channel you was in. Oh, there you are. Let's bring in AJ Rogers. We'll talk to him. If I can find him, give me just a minute. AJ's definitely in here. He's always in here. There he is. Hey, AJ, you got me?
Yeah, how's it going?
Well, man, going pretty good. I'm going to be honest. I counted you out during this race. I didn't think you had a top 3 car. You worked hard. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. So talk us through your night.
Yeah, I definitely missed the setup somewhere. I was setting my car up for a little different temperature, thinking it was getting a little bit hotter, and that messed me up. But I think I had a top 5 car, but definitely not a top 3 car. Just got lucky, other than the EOL at the end of the 36. I didn't mean to get into him, and I don't think he meant to come down either. So it was just kind of I believe a 50-50. But
yeah, that's what I see as well.
EOL and I had to come back through the back, and then it was a lot of fun. It was frustrating at times, and then when I finally could get running, it come together.
Let me ask you a question. You mentioned the word frustrating. How frustrating was it? knowing that you kind of had a fast car and you did get the EOL, how frustrating is it knowing that there's some slower cars in front of you and this track's super small, super tough to pass? How tough is that to work up through that?
It's extremely. I was really surprised that that outer lane came in as good as it was. Sometimes it seems like the bottom works, and then other temperatures that works really good. Just being patient. I only had 25 laps to come from the back, and I think I made the right decision.
Yeah, I think so too. Finishing in third to not bad, lowest of the race so far. Well, lowest she was in the race, 17th with the EOL. So, man, congratulations, another top 3 finish, and it was good to talk to you again. And of course, we'll see you Wednesday. And is there any shout outs or anything you want to give?
Yeah, big shout out to my team. We're working really hard, and we got a big race coming up Wednesday. That's pretty important to me. And of course, running this race is a lot of fun. I love Myrtle Beach, and thank you to Chuck for everything. But a big shout out to my team. We put a lot of time and effort, and if it wasn't for these guys, I wouldn't be where I was at.
Well, if anybody ever said Logan Runyon couldn't be beat, I think you proved that wrong tonight. So go out there and see what you can do Wednesday and see if you can win the championship. So we'll talk to you then, man, and congratulations tonight on a 3rd place finish.
Thanks, sir. You have a good one.
Thanks, buddy. Well, guys, that's going to do it for us here tonight. My thoughts, honestly, is this wasn't a bad race. I know we had our cautions, and I mentioned it coming on the air. We had 9 cautions for 45 laps, and that seems a little high. I understand that completely. But we've seen some great racing. I think of most of the wrecks, like maybe 7 of the wrecks could have been or was accidental. There could have been a couple that could have been avoided, but I think most of it was just accidental. It's tight racing. It's always tight on short tracks. We see that every week, whether it's this league, the Wednesday night league. It don't matter if we're racing trucks, late models. It's short track. Everybody here knows that. So congratulations to our winner, Colin Allman, who wins tonight's race. A big shout out to Chuck Smith and Troy Lent for allowing me to broadcast this league. It's super fun. I look forward to it every week. And to be honest, they worked around kind of a funny story. When I first took the broadcast, I was like, hey, I can't broadcast February 4th because of the Super Bowl. And they actually changed the schedule because I couldn't broadcast the Super Bowl and stuff like that. So thank you very much. Now I get to go watch my team play next Sunday. So thanks again for that, guys. I appreciate that very much, and I look forward to continuing our relationship. And, that's going to do it for us here tonight, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow night, Red Light Racing Series from Daytona. That's going to be a fun one. We'll talk to y'all then. Have a great night, and God bless as always.